No one is talking about this, but an insider close to the Douglas Haynes circle just whispered a story that has fans completely stunned. And honestly, it's one of the most emotional updates we've heard about Ashanti and baby KK in weeks. It all started during what was supposed to be a normal routine doctor visit, a simple monthly checkup for her 1-year-old son. But according to the insider, that visit reportedly took a turn that left Ashanti shaken, frustrated, and deeply protective in a way fans say only a mother could understand. The insider claims Ashanti had rushed baby KK to their longtime family doctor after the little one allegedly started showing signs of fever the night before. Fans believe she's usually calm and collected during these moments, but this time was different. She was said to be tired, worried, and holding tightly onto KK as if she could shield him from anything. The waiting room was reportedly quiet, but Ashanti's energy, soft, focused, almost anxious, made people around her instantly realize this wasn't just another celebrity check-in. What caught her off guard, the insider says, wasn't the fever itself, because anyone who's been around babies knows fevers come and go. It was what she allegedly witnessed behind the scenes. According to the report, Ashanti overheard 2 hospital staff members allegedly discussing using ChatGPT to determine medication options for walk-in patients, not for guidance, not as a reference, but for actual drug recommendations. And that's when, the insider claims, everything inside her shifted. Ashanti was said to be stunned. The insider describes her expression as a mix of disbelief and anger, like she couldn't wrap her mind around the idea that professionals responsible for people's health might be relying on an AI tool instead of medical expertise. Fans who heard the rumor online reacted immediately, posting comments like, "Wait, what? Not with someone's child?" And Ashanti has every right to be mad. This is wild if true. The moment allegedly hit harder because KK was already vulnerable, feverish, and clinging to her shoulder. As the story continued, the insider suggested that when Ashanti finally got into the exam room, she couldn't let the issue go. She allegedly confronted the situation by asking direct questions, wanting clarity, wanting reassurance, wanting to know whether the care her baby was receiving was grounded in real medical training, not shortcuts, not tech tools, not guesswork. Fans said they could imagine her voice low but firm, the way a mother sounds when she's scared but still standing her ground. Meanwhile, baby KK, sweet, expressive, and attached to his mama, reportedly fussed softly, tugging on her shirt and staring around the room. That alone, fans say, was probably enough to make her heart split. The insider claims Ashanti kept smoothing his hair, whispering to him, keeping him as calm as she could, while her own nerves were clearly on edge. All she wanted was reassurance that her son was safe, that everything was handled with the care he deserved. The doctor allegedly apologized for the confusion, clarifying that no medication decisions for KK had been made using AI, and that their office strictly follows medical protocol. But the insider claims Ashanti still left feeling uneasy, not because of the doctor she trusted, but because of the idea that somewhere in the building, someone was comfortable relying on a chatbot for medical advice. Fans reacted heavily to this detail, with comments like, "This is exactly why you have to advocate for your kids," and "Technology is cool, but not like this." When she left the hospital, Ashanti reportedly held her son even closer than when she'd arrived. The insider says she walked out wearing big shades, her expression unreadable, but KK's little head resting on her shoulder said everything. He felt safe. She just wanted to get home, watch his temperature, and keep him wrapped in comfort. Fans believe her silence afterwards spoke louder than any statement. No story post, no quick live, no upbeat caption, just quiet. And that's when the rumor mill started spinning. Some fans speculated she might release a statement or speak out about the situation, especially since she's known to advocate for families and health awareness. Others believe she's trying to process everything privately first, especially considering the stress of dealing with a feverish toddler. But according to the insider, the real emotional moment happened once she got home, and it left even the person telling the story speechless. And that's the part no one expected, and the detail that completely changes the emotional tone of everything we thought we knew about that hospital visit. According to the insider, once Ashanti got home with baby KK, the entire emotional weight of the day finally hit her. She reportedly placed KK on her chest as he drifted off to sleep, still warm, still clingy, still needing her comfort, and that's when she allegedly broke down for a moment. Not out of panic, but out of exhaustion and relief. Fans believe this was the kind of quiet moment only moms understand. The moment when the adrenaline fades and the reality of how close you felt to fear finally catches up with you. The insider claims she sat there rocking him gently, thinking about how fragile babies can be and how protective she feels every second of the day. And as KK slept, tiny fingers curled into her shirt. She was said to be whispering little reassurances to herself. "He's okay. He's okay." The idea that someone in the hospital might have used AI to guide another patient's medication choices stayed on her mind, but now it wasn't anger, it was disbelief, almost sadness for anyone who doesn't have the voice or courage to advocate for themselves the way she fought for her son. Fans later reacted to this part of the story with a flood of emotional comments like, "Motherhood changes everything," and "Ashanti is such a hands-on mom, this doesn't surprise me at all." There were even rumored posts from fans who said they respected her more after hearing how present she was during the entire situation. One user wrote, "KK is lucky. That baby has a mama who moves mountains for him." And that sentiment spread fast across stan pages. Meanwhile, the insider claims Nelly, who was reportedly out of town for an appearance, had been calling constantly for updates. Fans believe he must have been worried sick. The insider alleges that Ashanti finally answered with KK resting on her, and the moment she saw Nelly's face on FaceTime, she softened. She reportedly told him everything: the fever, the hospital situation, the shock she felt, and how relieved she was now that KK seemed stable. And according to the insider, Nelly's face said it all: concern, frustration, and complete admiration for how she handled it. Fans online reacted with heart emojis and laughing comments like, "Nelly be ready to drive 1,000 miles for that baby," and "Y'all know he don't play about KK or Ashanti." The insider also claims he kept asking if KK was hydrated, if he ate, if he smiled yet. Full father mode on blast. And when KK finally stirred in her arms during the call, lifting his head just enough for Nelly to see him, the rapper reportedly lit up like sunlight had just hit the screen. A few hours later, Ashanti allegedly updated close family members, including her mom, Tina Douglas, who fans say is extremely bonded with KK. Tina was said to be ready to rush over immediately, but Ashanti told her he was doing better and just needed rest. The insider shared that Ashanti joked softly, "Ma, he'll be calling for you in the middle of the night again anyway," referencing how KK allegedly shouts grandma even from their mansion. That detail alone melted fans into puddles of emotion. But then came the part that added a deeper layer to the situation. The insider hinted that Ashanti has privately been thinking about speaking up, not to drag anyone, not to expose names, but to raise awareness for parents, especially young mothers, who might feel intimidated in medical spaces. Fans believe she might use her platform to encourage people to ask questions, verify information, and be involved in their children's care. Not an attack, just advocacy rooted in her real-life experience. As the night went on, KK's fever was said to be coming down, and Ashanti finally exhaled. But according to the insider, she couldn't shake the image of those hospital workers casually talking about using chat tools for medication guidance. The insider says she felt grateful her family doctor handled KK properly, yet she also realized how important it is to stay alert. Fans agree, saying the story is a wake-up call for anyone who assumes every medical worker follows protocol. The conversation online grew huge, with parents chiming in about their own unnerving hospital moments. But before the night ended, the insider claims Nelly called again, this time just to stay on the phone until she fell asleep. Fans were in love with that detail, saying things like, "This man is obsessed in the best way," and that's husband energy. The insider described it almost like a scene from a movie: Ashanti on the couch, dim lights on, KK sleeping on her chest, and Nelly's voice humming softly through the speaker like a warm anchor. But even with the reassurance, the comfort, the love pouring from every angle, there's still one unanswered question fans can't stop asking online. A question that hangs heavy in the comments, in the whispers, in the speculation threads. Will Ashanti speak publicly about this hospital experience? And if she does, what will it mean for every parent listening?